Hey guys, it's Hayden again here, and today I want to talk about what I've been learning from Iggy and what I've been learning on my own through my own discovery and exploration with shamanism and my connection to nature and those kind of things. So, a lot of what I've been learning and a lot of what Iggy's been teaching me is that the path of a healer and the path of particularly shamanism is a journey for oneself. It's an inward journey, and it's something that's done alone. There's part of the journey that's guided, that is assisted by other people or facilitated, but really the core feature of a healer's path is connection with spirit, connection with the divine, and direct connection with source, because that's where the healing comes from. And so part of becoming a healer is learning how to connect with that and how to navigate that for oneself. So a lot of what Iggy's been teaching me has been pushing back. I don't know if he's like intentionally doing this, but what I've been learning from my interaction with him is learning that I have to explore that connection myself, and I have to discover it for myself. He's going to be there to help me out and to connect in with. I can ask him questions and things like that. But he keeps on pointing back to source, pointing back to aspects or elements that I can connect with, that I can get my own information from. Instead of telling me what the answers are, he's giving me the opportunity to explore and discover them for myself. So that's one of the core elements that I've been learning about is walking your own path. And part of that, and that goes along with it, is learning to be confident in one's own truth. So confident in who I am, and sticking to that, and not worrying about what other people think of me, worrying about what might happen, worrying about just things, anything that prevents me from trusting myself and knowing my true inner self and my connection with the divine and the connection with the Great Spirit, or whatever you want to call it, God, the universe. Different people have different words for it, whatever makes sense to you. But the core of it is like really moving into oneself and trusting that connection and trusting yourself and really being there for yourself. And that's not really something that is taught in our society. We're taught to look outside of ourselves. And as I'm starting to look inward more, I'm starting to have more confidence in who I am, knowing that what I do is real, and what I do is powerful, and building that connection and that knowing within myself, and allowing that healing process and that inward journey to happen. And that's sort of where I am right now, is moving inward, and trying to connect with myself more and trust myself more and believe in myself more, and develop that foundation of a connection with spirit, which is a journey in itself. And I think some people are called to connect with spirit, and some people follow that path, and some people are called and they choose not to, and there's no judgment associated with that. That's just a choice. But I think we can all connect with source. We can all connect with the divine, but it's not something that everybody wants to do. Some people prefer to just seek fulfillment from outside themselves. That's just not something that I want to do. So that's what I've been learning how to trust myself, trust that connection, and move more into my power, and not be swayed by other people's opinions and judgments of me, because in the end it doesn't really matter. What matters is my connection with myself and spirit. So The other thing that I've been learning is the connection with everything around us, understanding that everything around us has intelligence, has wisdom, has medicine in itself to teach us. So the trees, the animals, the earth, all these different things that traditionally are viewed as separate from us or inferior to us, it actually has a lot of things to offer us and a lot of things for us to grow, a lot of things to teach us. And I've learned a lot by connecting with trees, connecting with the earth, and realizing that, a lot of what exists on earth precedes us. So if the trees didn't exist, if the plants didn't exist, then we wouldn't be able to exist. So in some way, their role, what they do is actually more important than what we do in some ways. We play a certain role, but it's not the most important role by any means. We just play a role, and it's important that we fulfill that role, but it's also really, really important to acknowledge the wisdom and the importance of all the other species of animals, all the different plants, the other intelligences, the other beings that live on this planet that also have a very essential role to play in the system that we live in, the physical world, but they also have a presence in the spiritual world, which is something that I don't really have extensive experience with, because I haven't really been able to connect with animals in an altered state and experience that different reality. But I've had little glimpses of what it might be to connect with that different dimension with altered states, because that's part of what shamanism is. And maybe someday I'll be called to experience those different dimensions and I can learn more from that space. But just experiencing the wisdom and insights that I've gained just from connecting with trees and connecting with the earth, and knowing that there's a whole lot here that goes unnoticed, that goes unrecognized, unappreciated, that could really help us to understand ourselves, but also how to move in the world and how to engage and interact with our environment. So that's been really powerful for me to learn and understand for myself. So what else have I been learning? I feel like those are the core messages, the core things that I've been learning from working with Iggy and the process of, becoming a shaman or becoming a healer that I've been working on. And I really want to connect more with animals, with animal wisdom, because that's something that I have picked. One of the homework assignments Iggy had me do is to keep track of all the animals that come about in my experience. And so I've been keeping track of the animals that come to me, and some of the animals, one of the most prominent animals that keeps coming back is the shark. So I've been trying to connect with the shark. I was doing that last night, and understanding what kind of medicine and what kind of insight and understanding those different animals have for me, but also sharing myself with those animals and understanding that relationship. So that's something that I'm working on, and I'd like to learn more about. So I'm going to continue that practice and try connecting with different animals and really tuning into which animals speak to me and want to connect with me. So that's kind of what I've been working on. And that's part of my own healing process, is doing that. And as I start to connect with these different things, with these different elements, these different sources of information and wisdom, it's going to help me to heal myself, and then also to heal and help others and bring that wisdom and guidance with me when I'm working with people, because I'll have these allies, these things, these different powers that I've worked with, these different attributes and traits and characteristics and gifts that I've worked with that I'll be able to channel and help whoever I'm working with in the session. So it's just really a path of self-discovery and self-exploration, an exploration of the relationships of all the different things that are connected to us and our existence. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and I hope to just continue that and just follow wherever Spirit has been leading me to go. So I'm working on a lot of different things right now. This is just like a little snapshot of what I'm working on as far as the spiritual aspect goes, with like shamanism and different spirits and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you liked what I talked about today, then feel free to like or comment below, and if you'd like to see more videos that I make, then check out my channel Informal Inquiry. And if you and as always, make sure to take time for yourself and to speak your truth. Seek your truth. Speak your truth too, but seek your truth is what I normally say. Alright guys, see you in my next video. Bye.